Welcome back to the European Journeyman. In today's episode, we have two games in the Polish League, and as you can see so far, things are going pretty well. Since our opening two games, we have not lost a game. Then we beat Wisla Plock 1-0, goal from Bradley Baxter. We then beat Rakov, who I think won the league last year, 6-1, two from Baxter. Minardi, the midfielder, two from the Santiago striker, and then Plakika, the other Polish centre mid. We then beat Corona 3-1, a penalty goal from Minardi, and then two from the other centre mid, Pakokia. We then had to come back from behind against Jagiellonia, and we drew that game 2-2. Rosic and Ibrahimov with the goals, which leads us to this. We are currently second in the league, 5 wins and a draw, just us and the team in top, who are unbeaten still. If we look at last season, to win the league was about 73 points, and the league winners actually lost 7 games. This team that currently top finished 7th. Why did I think Rakov won the league? Rakov didn't win the league. Corona won the league. But as you can see, it's all over the place now. Corona, who won the league last year, only won 1 in 6, so it clearly changes quite quickly here in Poland. Legia and like I said, this team in top look to be the ones in form. But we've got the best goal difference, but at the minute it's still early doors. A win today would, obviously, if we won that game in hand, would put us top of the league. So this is the team we're going with for the slash game to try and get that win. We've got Olszewski in goal, Bohondovic at right back, who obviously we've kind of had to put our trust in, and honestly, he's turning up to be pretty good at the minute. He's now wanted for transfer from Corona. But yeah, he's obviously he's not played too much before we come in, but 4 assists in 6 and a 7+ average rating. Can't really complain about that. We've got Haruna and Bajala in midfield. And then we've got this guy, a new boy to the club, George Still. We'll talk about the transfers in a second. We then got Plakokia and back in midfield, Rosic and Nemeth on the wings, and then Santiago and Baxter up front. The reason for that is we've got quite a few injuries. On the bench, we've got Tomiyasu. Yes, that Tomiyasu from Arsenal. So he's, now Crystal Palace. So he's in the club as well. As Dunn back from injury, Grenholm, who we signed and came in injured, and then Errol Mundle-Smith, where did he come from? And Pino on the bench. As you can see, Minardi, Ibrahimov, Ledwidge, Zubek, and Garan Kuol, all out injured. So yeah, there has been a little bit of transfer business, and if you the keen-eyed viewers among you would have also realised our left back is no longer here. I don't think anything else has gone down since you left us, but yeah, Simon Tajar has left us, unfortunately. He did have a £2 million release clause, so he's went to the Romanian Super League, and we had to get in. A left back of our own, which is this guy, George Still. So he is a 23-year-old English left back, and went him on loan. He's a first team player for us. He is originally from Swansea City, moved to Derby for 2.6 million in the Championship, played 12 games before then joining us for 3.4 million. An assist on his debut, 3 games so far. He's 3 stars of current ability, 4-star potential, English left back on a decent wage, but nothing too crazy on a 3-year deal. So we played for him. We also signed Errol Mundle-Smith. He was out of contract at BAIK, and I just wanted to bring him in. We were a little bit lacking in the striker area, so we signed him on a free contract, but then that wouldn't have actually kicked in till January, so we were able to do that sort of buy now early thing, which was only 38.5 grand because his valuation isn't that high. So he joins us. He's on 1.5 grand a week. He can play on the right, he can play up front. He's only 2.5 stars of current ability. He's 27 now, so he's not going to get any better, but again, he's just someone I've had for a while. He did quite well for me in a couple different positions. He's English, so I like to get them boys in. So yeah, he's just cover, but and he's pretty cheap cover at that. We also signed this guy, Takahiro Tomiyasu. Again, he's just in on cover. So obviously, since leaving Arsenal, he went to Inter, then went on loan to Feyenoord, Fulham before joining them on a free. Then went to Luz for money, which is where he's kind of been playing there. And as you can see, just kind of been playing less and less games as the seasons have gone on. He's come in again. It's only a deal till the end of the season. He's 2.5 stars of current ability. He can play right back. He can play left back. He can play centre back. So he basically just covers us in a few different positions. He's on 9 grand a week, and again, it's only a deal till the end of the season. So as cover in every defensive position, I think it's a good signing. And again, we've got a couple of players coming back from injury, like Dunn, Grenholm, who looks like a real player. Just don't really know where we're going to fit him into the squad, especially with these two both playing pretty well. It's not going to be easy to necessarily bring him in. But yeah, Minardi's going to be out for a while. Ibrahimov's going to be out for a little bit. Ledwidge is coming back soon. Zubek's out for a little bit as well. And Garankuol's going to be back soon. So get out of here, cat. There's a different cat. There's two cats. You usually see the other cat, the calico, but that is that's the tabby. The Tabitude. But yeah, so that is the team we're going with. I realise we've been talking for quite a little bit there, but excuse me for rubbing my nose. But there's been a little bit of happenings since the last episode, so I did want to keep you up to date. If you see me rub my nose, it's because I get hay fever, and I was out pulling weeds out of the garden this morning, so it's probably flared up a little bit, so I apologise for that. But yeah, I mean, like I say, we're doing quite well, surprisingly. Maybe not so surprisingly, we do have a decent squad, and we are expected to do well. But like I say, this team hasn't been top 3 for like a number of seasons now. So for us to be straight in with a title challenge, I think, is a really good sign. But it's still early days. Like I say, we've still got bits to do, and we are at the minute having to probably. Oh, that is not a good look. I mean, this is George Still's debut in front of you lot, and he's had a howler there, but he thankfully gets away with it. Bailed out from Haruna or Bajala, whoever it was that came across. But yeah, we're in a good place. I do think we're starting to gel a little bit more, but obviously the injuries is meant that we are playing players like Rosic, like Nemeth, who not necessarily people who've played a lot of football, but they're in the squad for a reason, and they're still decent players, so hopefully they'll be able to do well there. And that's really good work from Nemeth, who plays it along to Baxter, who's still going. It ends up on Rosic, who just slides it past the open net. I thought he might have just been offside, but no. That was really good work from Nemeth, Baxter and Rosic, and it does mean that we lead the game 1-0 very early doors, a little bit against the run of play, because it was all them with the ball at their feet causing problems, and we've just been managed to catch them on the counter. So good goal from Rosic. And I guess this is the beauty of having so many players in these positions. We are not truly lacking in terms of wide players. Cat, get out of here. Get out of here, Cat. But we are slightly lacking in striker positions, which is why we signed Mundell Smith, because he's cheap, reliable. Hello. Yes, hello. Yeah, he's cheap, reliable, and okay. Thank you, Cat. Come on, it's time to go now. It's time to go now. Oh, say goodbye. Goodbye, Cat. Hopefully she doesn't jump back up. But yeah, we are, like I said, a little bit lacking in the striker positions. So just check we're still recording. Yeah, we are. So yeah, that's why we brought Mundell Smith in. Again, he's in till the end of next season, but we'll see with that. We may obviously move him on a little bit earlier if we feel he's not needed. Still cracking the outside of the post. Unfortunately, couldn't get his first goal for the club. But honestly, he's been really good, that George Still. So I'm really happy with him. I still think we probably, if we're missing one position, it's maybe a really good striker. Like I've said, I think Baxter has done pretty well, considering I don't know if he's an out-and-out striker. Santiago has been okay. Obviously, we've not really seen enough of some of the other boys. I mean, Garankuol could be that striker. We could play him as the striker instead of playing him on the wing like we have done. So we've got a few different options once those players get back from injury. I'm not sure where Ledwidge is going to fit in, because honestly, don't see him as a centre mid. So I guess he's going to have to play on the wing. But I think we've got better wingers. So I'm not really sure about Ledwidge, but I guess we'll see. I'm going to bring Errol Mundell Smith on actually at the half, because Santiago has really not done too much today. So Mundell Smith's going to come on for his first game in front of you lot under the new club. Obviously, he's played many games before under BAIK. Still not had Ellie Harrison. He's not made his debut yet, just because I quite like Olszewski, and I've got no reason to change the goalkeepers. So at the minute, Harrison will have to wait. I think when we get a cup game, I'll play him in the cups that way. Excuse me, that way you can get some game time in the cups. Ball in behind. Oh, Schlovsky should have really came for it. Doesn't, but he does well. David De Gea-esque save with the feet. to deny whoever it was for /Varklov or Rorklaw. Is it /Rorklaw? I don't know. It might be two different slasks. I don't really know what the words mean. But anyway, here's Bujala carrying it out into the path of George Still, who's got a little bit of space to run into, finds Bradley Baxter. Lovely ball over the top to Rosic, the goal scorer, who's ducking and diving, finds Errol Mundle-Smith. I think he might just be offside, but I don't think he is. The referee's not checking it. There is VAR in this league as well, and they didn't check it either. And it's a goal. It's his first goal in his new colours for Errol Mundle-Smith. 2 teams he's played for me now, 2 goals. You love to see it. He joins Ibrahimov in that scored for me under 2 different clubs. I don't think there'll be many players across all of the Football Manager saves who've done that. Bohondovic, the right back, smashes the ball past the Slask goalkeeper. It's 3-0 now. That is a brilliant, brilliant finish. And it does allow us to, again, make some changes. So we're going to bring Grenholm on for Haruna. He's actually 4 stars. He might be our best centre-back. He comes on for his debut. I'm also going to move Baxter out onto the wing and bring Pino on up front, the big 6'6" striker, who's seemingly getting worse, even though he's playing first team football. So that's slightly odd. And we're going to bring... Actually, we'll leave it there for the changes. We'll leave the last couple for a bit later. But don't forget, we've still got that New Zealand boy as well, Stephen Dunn, who's probably fell down the pecking order at centre-back and right-back a little bit now with Tomiyasu coming in and Grenholm. So he's pretty much just going to be cover in both places. But I'd still rather play him at right-back than... back's pulled up. That's not ideal. We don't really have any other centre-mids. That's a great ball from Mundle-Smith, though. He seems to be thriving in his new team. Plakokia brought down. Has to be a penalty. I mean, it just... Unless he's won the ball there, it has to be a penalty. But it does... I think back's injured, which is not ideal. Because, like I say, we are slightly short on centre mids with was it called Marinda or something? The Milan player, with him injured. Yeah, he is injured, so we're going to have to make a change. I'm not really sure. I guess Grenholm can play centre mid, and then we'll bring Dunn on as a centre back, and leave it there, and we'll maybe bring Tomiyasu on a bit later. Did we not get a penalty? I think we did get a penalty, and Plakokia scored it, but we just didn't see it on the highlights. So it's 4-0, but for some reason they didn't show it as a highlight, which is a little bit odd. Final change, we're going to take George Still off for Tomiyasu, so he can make his debut in front of you lot. So that's everyone now who was new to the club is in now. They've all played their first game in front of you lot. I think everyone who's injured as well has played at least once in front of you as well. So that's everyone in the club now having played in front of the cameras. Obviously, most of these boys, all of these boys, besides Grenholm, had already made their debut before that. But Grenholm makes his debut, and he might be starting the next game because we are, like I say, a little bit light in terms of centre mids. So he could come in. I guess it's good to maybe have him in there. He's definitely an option when we need potentially a more defensive-minded centre mid in there, because obviously he can play centre back and centre mid. Weirdly can't play DM though. This is what I don't understand about football. If you play centre back and you play centre mid, you should be able to just be a natural DM. That doesn't seem like... I feel like that's the same. Like, if you can play centre mid and centre back, you can play a DM. Like, that's not crazy. But back's going to be out for... Yeah, I mean, we're racking up the injuries. It could be, obviously, it's quite an intense system we play. So it could just be the fact that they're not used to it. So I guess Grenholm's going to come in for now. Kual will be fit for the next game, so we'll bring him back in. But yeah, good start. As you can see, like nearly everyone in our team is wanted as well. So we could be losing some players when we get to January. But yep, good game. Let's go play the second one now. So for our second game, we play Cracovia in the league. It's the same side that played the first game, except Grenholm comes in at centre mid. I think I call him Danny Grenholm. He's Dennis Grenholm. He comes in at centre mid. Again, not really his normal position, but we're a little bit light in that area. The rest of the side remains the same. Still got Mundle-Smith on the bench, but Garan Kual also back on the bench, so we will get him involved once he's back to full fitness. Potentially, probably bring him on in this game, if we're being honest. Actually, I'm starting to think, would we just bring him on now? Rosic is probably better on the left. Nemeth really didn't impress. My boy Garan Kual is back in the starting lineup. There we go. Just back into training, straight back in the game. I love Garan Kual. He's my pet project. I've said this. He is my pet project. So I want to get more out of him. And to be honest, we've already got more out of him. It hasn't taken long for him to start doing well. He just unfortunately got injured, but he's real quick. And I think when we play the way we play with such attacking mentality, it really suits him. I think if we were playing a possession style or defensive style, it wouldn't suit him at all. But something quite forward thinking, I think, really suits him. Someone that can just get in behind, things like that. Rosic brought down pretty early, going to have a free kick. I mean, you really should just have an effort on target. There was a huge amount of space left by the goalkeeper. It's found its way back to Rosic, who plays it to Prokopia, and it's an early goal again. 1 minute in. I think we need to be keeping Rosic in the side. I think he's one of our best wingers. I think I've been underutilised in this Rosic. He's been brilliant in both games. And I think maybe I was too quick to not write him off, but to just take him straight out of the lineup. Grenholm with a long effort forward, but Garankuol will win the seconds into Santiago. Blakokia, who's definitely done quite well himself as well, getting plenty of goals, into Grenholm, who feeds George Still, who plays it through to Rosic. It was a brilliant finish. I think he's offside though, and the linesman definitely had his flag up. VAR are going to check it. I think it's going to get ruled out, if we're being honest. It hasn't. It hasn't. He must have just been onside, so the linesman got it wrong. That's an early goal, an early second, should I say, for Rosic. It's 2-0 up after 4 minutes, and Rosic with a goal and assist. I mean, he has to keep his place. He's been brilliant. Ball over the top to Santiago. This could be an easy game for us. Into Bohondovic, our right back, who plays it over to George Still, who cracks the top of the crossbar. He hit the post in the first game. He's hit the crossbar now. All he needs is another. He just needs to hit the other side of the post, and he'll have done everything but score. But there you go. So 2-0 up, and we look in full control of this game. I think as well, because we don't have any Europe, I don't think there's any excuse not for us to not win the league. I want us to win the league this season. Ball over the top from Kual, just a little bit overhit. Santiago couldn't get there. But yeah, Rosic, what a player he looks like. There was definitely part of me that was looking to sell him at some point in the summer as well. Thankfully, that didn't come off because he is seemingly quite a good player. And I think looking at him, I perhaps judged him a little bit harshly. His star rating is obviously quite high, but when I look at him, nothing really spelt like a great player. But that's another goal over the top. Oh, Rosic! Rosic! What a hit! On the volley. 2 goals early doors. That was a brilliant run, by the way, from Santiago in behind. Held up the ball really well. Chips it over to Rosic, who just smashes it. Mate, Vinko Rosic is quality. What a player this is. I can't believe how good he is. Well, I've been massively sleeping on him. Well, he is going to be our starting left winger now, which means I don't know. This is the problem. I don't know where Ibrahimov goes, because I love Ibrahimov and he's my boy. But Vinko Rosic is playing out of his skin. How do I adjust for that? Do I play Rosic on the right? Well, he looks like he's better on the left. I don't know. It's a bit of a headache. I've got a headache. I've got a selection headache, which is not ideal, but sometimes you get them. So I think for now, Rosic has got to be the starter, because he's just in a massive purple patch. And to be fair, Ibrahimov did slow down slightly. He did well at the beginning, but then he has slowed down slightly. I'm starting to think these are maybe just not a very good side, because they are 4-0 down after 18 minutes. I don't know how much more to show of you the show of this game, because I think we're probably just going to run away with it. And I don't know whether you need to see the entire game of us just battering aside for no reason. But I think what this is proving is that we are a good side, and we are. I mean, I think we've just cleared out a lot of the rubbish in the squad, and we've just got a real quality squad now. And George Still, is this lad ever going to score his first goal? He's came so close to scoring a few times. He's got 2 assists today, so I'm not slating the performance. But I am wondering whether he's got a goal in him, because he doesn't. He seems to get very close quite a lot. But we are cooking. Obviously, these may not be a great side, but even if they're not, we are a good side. We are doing very well, and I think we'll definitely have a chance at winning the league this first season, which would be our first top division win. Obviously, we came really close on 2 occasions to winning the Swedish league. This is crazy. I'm gonna end it now. and we'll come back at the end for full time because there's no point watching this forever. But we are crazy. So yeah, we'll come back at the end, and I guess we'll talk about it a bit more. So we ended up playing the rest of the game off camera, and as you can see, we did end up winning 7-1. There wasn't much point showing you anything else. But thankfully, one thing I know a little bit sad that you missed was George still did actually score in the game. So he got his first goal for the club. Brilliant stuff. But yeah, a 7-1 win. Garan Kowal got the 7. They did get one back with Garan Kowal. All of the goals in the first half as well. I made 5 changes at the half. And then the game just kind of ended without really any other highlights. But there you go. What? I don't want to pay that. Oh, we'll never have to play him again. Oh my god. There's a bit of money leaving the club, I think, but thankfully we've got quite a bit in the bank. But yeah, that is a massive, massive win. 7-1. I mean, this team are just winning a lot of their games as well. I think they're riding their luck a little bit looking at the results, though. It's all been very close. 1-goal wins most of the time. And looking at it, they haven't actually played anyone too great. I think, yeah, did they play Legia? Yeah, they drew with the one game against Legia. They drew. So there you go. But they are level still with us on points. But you can't really see. Sorry, I'll pull it up. So yeah, level on points. We're starting to create a bit of a gap as well, which is brilliant. There's actually 2 Champions League spots in this. How does this work? How is there 2 Champions League spots but no Europa League? What's the rules? So Champions League playoff. Also, regardless, you have to play some sort of qualifier, which is fine. And then third is Europa League, but the cup winner could define that. So yeah, I mean, we only really focused on getting in the Champions League. So there you go. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Euro Journeyman. I'm not really sure where we'll come back. I think we'll come back. I mean, if we're going to run away with it, we'll probably play. We'll play a little bit, but we don't want to go too back. You know what? We'll come back for this game. We'll come back for this game, and then we may do a bit of a gap between games. But we'll definitely come back for this one because it looks like they're going to be the title challengers this year. So we'll come back for that against KGHM. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Euro Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.